is Avikant and welcome to my channel Only Aviation. So guys, on 22nd of May 2010, an Air India Express flight carrying 152 passengers crashed in Mangalore. So today I'll be talking how it crashed and what could have been the reasons for it to crash. So let's get started with the video. So guys, Air India Express flight 182 was a daily routine flight between Dubai to Mangalore and Mangalore to Dubai. It was a midnight flight on 22nd of May 2010. The flight took off from Dubai at 1:06 in the morning, local time in the morning in Dubai. And the aircraft was a Boeing 737-8 NG SFP. Now SFP means short field performance. Short field performance means the aircraft is eligible to land on short runways. And guys, according to the cockpit voice recorder, the captain was sleeping for 110 minutes. Now 110 minutes is approximately 2 hours. Now pilots are allowed to sleep, but not for 2 hours. 2 hours is really long. And the crew was really experienced in the cockpit. The captain was a Serbian national pilot. He had about 10,000 hours of flight hours in the 737, and the first officer was an Indian. He had about 3,000 flight hours in the Boeing 737. He was ex-Jet Airways. So guys, the final descent onto Mangalore should be started at 2,000 feet, and Mangalore has a tabletop runway. Now tabletop runway means the runway is made on a plateau type of a thing, and there are thresholds on both sides of the runway. And on that day, the radar of Mangalore was not working. So the Mangalore descent should be started at 2,000 feet, but that particular aircraft started a descent at 4,600 feet. Now 4,600 feet is really high and very dangerous. But still, he continued the approach. And now during the approach, there were GPWS warnings also. Now GPWS is a system that tells you about warnings like wind shear, pull up, terrain ahead, like that. And they did a very steep descent because they were really high. And I will just show you one diagram now. Now guys, whenever you do an approach, you always need to follow a 3-degree glide slope. Now I'll just tell you what a 3-degree glide slope is. For example, this is our runway, and we always have to come like this, and we touch down here, somewhere here. The runway extends here. So this is called a 3-degree glide slope. Now what happened in this particular case, because the aircraft was at a very high, it was at 4,600 feet, what happened in this case was the aircraft was coming very high, and it touched down 5,600 feet, 200 feet after the touchdown zone. Now for example, this is the touchdown zone, white marking on the runway like this. Okay. So this is the touchdown zone. It landed 5,200 meters after the touchdown zone. Alright. You just saw the diagram which I just made. You have to follow the glide slope called 3-degree glide slope whenever you are landing. It's compulsory. But in this case, the first officer told the captain 3 times to do a go around, but he didn't. He denied. Even he denied the GPWS warnings, the first officer saying. And it is a rule in the aviation sector that, for example, if the first officer says the captain to go around, he has to go around. If the captain says the first officer to go around, he has to go around. But in this case, the captain didn't listen and he continued the approach. And what happened? The aircraft landed 5,200 feet after the touchdown zone. Now only 2,800 feet is left for the aircraft to stop. Now it's totally fine for a 737 to land to stop. But what did the captain did? When he applied the reverse thrust,
When he applied the reverse thrust, he realized his mistake. Then what he did? He tried to do a go around. Now, because the engines were at a stopping speed, the brakes were applied, the brakes were at a stopping speed, the aircraft was at a stopping speed. So that's why the aircraft was really slow, and it didn't have the runway to take off again. So what the captain did, when he realized that he need to do a go around, he throttled the engine, full power, he went. Now, because the aircraft was at the stopping speed, it didn't take off, and it crashed on the threshold after the runway. Now, because Mangalore has a tabletop runway, and the tabletop runway, the threshold height is also really bad. It's really high. It's 40 feet. 40 feet is really high. So yeah, so the aircraft crashed in the threshold, and because there was fuel in the aircraft, so that's why it caught really bad fire. No one survived. The aircraft split it into several parts and pieces. No one survived on the aircraft, including the both pilots. And what could have been the reasons? अगर क्या reasons हो सकते थे कि ये क्रैश हुआ, वो तो बता दिया. Now ये क्रैश नहीं होते थे. किस रीजन से ये क्रैश नहीं होता था? इफ द कैप्टन, अगर कैप्टन ने फर्स्ट ऑफिसर की बात सुनी होती थी, लाइक व्हेन द फर्स्ट ऑफिसर सेड टू द कैप्टन टू गो अराउंड, अगर उसने गो अराउंड किया होता, देन इट वुड बी अ सेफ फ्लाइट. दैट्स ऑल आई कैन से. एंड दिस क्रैश इज अ बिट सिमिलर व्हिच हैपेंड just recently, the Air India Express flight 1344 crash which happened in Calicut airport. Now the difference in this crash, in the both crashes were, this aircraft landed 5,200 feet after the touchdown zone, but the 1344, the Air India Express 1344, it landed on the touchdown zone, but there were really heavy crosswinds and tailwinds and rains, and the runway was also very wet and waterlogged. So the brakes won't work in a wet runway, so the friction will not be generated, and it won't stop properly. So the aircraft overshot the runway. It was split into 3 pieces. And all the people survived. Only 18 people lost their lives. And only 18 people lost their lives. So that's all for this video, guys. Hope you like this video, and do like, share, subscribe, and also press the bell icon. So bye bye, and I'll see you in my next video.